Hello and welcome to Respect the Ball. Richards Bay draw 2-2. Now Makosi. Fair result for me. I'll delve into that. But as always, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Like this video. Share it. Drop down a comment and let me know your thoughts. And as always, people, let's get it. People. Kaizer Chiefs are throwing Natal. I don't know, fair result, man. I think the conditions played a lot into this game, conditions, like it was raining, like it was a screening, like it was raining. I wonder for people that actually went to the game or actually there, like they can tell you more about it. It looked like it was raining heavily, and I think the conditions played into the game. I think Chiefs couldn't implement their game plan. I thought Chiefs played well, I'm not gonna criticize Chiefs too much, and this is like coming from me, who's very critical of Ikosi. Like I'm very critical, of course, in favor of the opposite team, but then I really can't critique them that much because I think conditions played a lot into how this match was played. I think the conditions favored Richards Bay. You could see that they were using like a second ball. Maybe you can knock the Chiefs on not having a lot of fights, but then they did fight also to come back from for me deficit. But then in the second balls, the challenge, Richards Bay just won most. Then obviously they played balls in behind. They were always going in behind the Chiefs and they knew that La Pama defender with Chiefs, they are very slow. Our defender Chiefs are very slow. Miguel slow, Kwenika slow, Muleisane. I like Muleisane, but he's also slow. And they exploited that, unfortunately. Chiefs defender did not have a good game at all. They were exploited. Richard Bay should have... When I say draw is a fair result, isn't that based on the game, I thought Chiefs played well. But then Richard Bay did have the chances. I know XG, if you look at the stats right now as I'm looking down, XG will point to, Chiefs had better XG. I think my chance to Richards Bay were better, They had that one-on-one chance. They could have finished off Ikosi, but then they didn't. And that cost them in the end because we're to draw. But other than that, I thought the draw was a fair result. I thought the Chiefs played well, I thought they also let down about Batman, Pambili, Mfundo, Nomdu, again, Pambili. It succeeded. I know you got the goal again. I'm never convinced Ndlovu. He played well, don't mistake, but I'm never that convinced. I thought Modi had a terrible game. Again, I just want to ask the question, why does every coach seem to pick on Modi? Clearly, this guy training, he must be He must be a superstar in training. He always gets picked. I know Chiefs is liking a left back, but then they could play someone else like a wing back. I mean, you could Frosler up. I saw Frosler on the bench. Solomons is there. You could just play him over into inverted. You could probably do the job. I think Modi's playing that because he's a winger and he's thinking, but then Modi he just offers Chiefs nothing. He's never offered Chiefs anything. I've never been convinced by this guy ever since Azar, of course, But he keeps on getting picked by every single coach. Bonga mo coach, bamorata di man. So yeah, I don't know, man. Mood, I guess. I'm playing. Anyway, Modi, I thought that to highlight the defenders again. I don't wanna I will get to the goalkeeper because how many times have I been telling you guys, Brendan Peterson? Last season your best goalkeeper until last season is making all these saves. This guy has, he's one of those keepers. He's a good goalkeeper, but he has a mistake in him. I hate goalkeepers like that. I mean, Unkumuza, a goalkeeper Chelsea. If you guys watch Chelsea, Sanchez, not necessarily saying he's a bad goalkeeper. Obviously makes the key saves someday. But then there's always a mistake in him, and I hate keepers like that. Umitasen has always had a mistake in him. He has a bozo moment. Like a moment where, I don't know what he just mistake. And I hate goalkeepers, and I think he had that. There, I think also the conditions played a part in that goal he conceded. I'm sure the pitch, it's wet. But then again, kick the ball, Brayaka, Raja ball. Why are you even doing that? So goalkeepers like him, I'm not a fan of. That's why I was not clamoring for him last season, because I know he has a mistake in him. He has a bozo moment in him. He's not a top goalkeeper in my experience. He's not good on the feet. Okay, save wise he can make saves, but now a goalkeeper needs to be also good on the feet. That's why I couldn't understand why you guys were putting him above Uchain or Williams. Based on what? Save, because they can also save. Feet, he can't even do the feet. So what does he have over them? So I couldn't understand that. But he cost them with that goal. Just kick the ball, Prayak. It's raining. Stop being fed. That's why I'm saying Chiefs weren't allowed to play the game. You could see they wanted to play out from the back. It's just not possible. Not a goal that they conceded with 2. Kwenika tried to play. Instead of clearing the ball, he tried to play. Robbed. You saw what happened. Corner, they caused the corner. Freeman, Lapento, Mule started ball watching again. Ball watching. I'm not even ball watching. Like the marking was not right there. Goal. So again, no, it's not two mistakes. I heard press conference guy. Who's this guy? The coach. The Cruz. It wasn't two mistakes. Richards could have scored more. I think the better thing was that the conditions played a part. The conditions played a huge part in how this game was played. It played into the hands of Richards Bay. So Chiefs couldn't implement the game. That's why I'm not gonna talk too much about the coaches, good about coaches. So there was nothing to be done. Maybe you can knock them based on the formation that they said. I don't know why they're playing 3 at the back again. Is this the formation going forward? I don't know, because if he's going to play 3 at the back, you need solid wing backs. Chiefs doesn't have wing backs. They have full backs. Nyan is not a wing back, he's a full back. That's why he's shoehorning Upule Modi lab. Bradley Cross, when he comes back, he's a left back, not a wing back. Wing back is what do you call this? Like you need like a skill corner. Like you can't just shoehorn a player wing back, unless like he's very versatile. You need to be very versatile to play there because you're up and down on Kalochai. So yeah, that's it again. I thought Chief player, they deserve it. Not much I can say. They were let down by the attackers. I heard Junior Kang say they needed to play with the striker. Again, it was the conditions were that bad that Chiefs couldn't even play. I thought Batman couldn't, they couldn't do their stuff up front. They went to the young they couldn't do their stuff. I won't judge Chiefs on this match. This match is just, you got the draw, just get out of there alive. It's not easy going Richards Bay away, knowing from Itimiam that we struggled last season. So it's not easy going away to Richards Bay and even grabbing a point. They didn't even do that last season. So the Cruz improved from those two coaches last season. So again, you can't knock him for that. The team tried, honestly, for me, This is a solid point, for the course, I don't think they should maybe be upset about the defending and sometimes from the defenders and you keep causing that mistake. But other than that, deserving draw. Both teams got what they deserved in this match. The conditions played a big part. That's why I'm not really being too critical on Kalochai. But yeah, that concludes it, guys. As always, if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share this video, and as always, people, peace.